Hi everyone, welcome to Facebook for Realtors. My name is Honish. Today we're going to go over some of the basics of doing Facebook for real estate professionals and some of the platforms and pages that they need. As always, if you want any help whatsoever, 100% free because of COVID. I'm trying to do marketing for people for about 1 week. Go to Honish, HONISH.io. On there you will, as you can see on the screen, find lots of information that will be useful to you and your business. My phone number, my email, a couple of contact pages are located on there as well. So it's not difficult to get a hold of me. Just send me a text, 858-663-2537. If you're listening to this via audio, head on over to honish.io. There is a video version of this presentation as well. I do apologize for the video background. The studio is still under construction. I'm doing my best. It's very plain Jane in here. I'm still getting the sound dampeners up on the board, so I apologize for any echo. There's nothing on the background except for one photography wall that hasn't been finished yet, so it's pretty plain and generic in the studio. With all of that said, apologies out of the way, let's talk about Facebook for realtors. First, you need to determine what your end goal is. To determine what your end goal is, you need to know what you're going after exactly. I get this question a lot. I want more business. Well, meaning you want more business is a very large, expansive question, right? Let's try to narrow it down and focus on one specific niche or one specific type of individual. That way you can tailor your marketing and your social media content directly at what you're focusing at. With all of that said, I have a couple of ground rules that I make abundantly clear when I do these things. I do it for friends, I do it for clients, so I want to make it clear right now. I'm not a big believer. In fact, I don't believe in negative self-talk. I don't believe in negativity towards the content you put out. I also just don't like it in general. I try to remain positive and focused on the task at hand. I do it in my personal life. I only try to keep people around me that are positive. It's not always the easiest thing to do. But the reason I say that, we're our own worst critics, right? I know for me personally, speaking from my experience, that if I let my inner voices, my subconscious, my thoughts take control of my physical actions, right, I'm going to lean more towards negativity and not being productive. That'll lead to laziness. That'll lead to anger. That'll lead to frustration. And at the end of the day, it will lead to a lack of work. The only person that can help you is you. And if you have to do something as simple as morning affirmations and remind yourself that you are go with the very simple basics. You are your own client, right? And you love your client. And you're trying to help your client succeed. If you did that every day, said it to yourself 10 times a day, I guarantee you'd have a better outlook on the day. I'm sure you've sat in multiple meetings, seen multiple speakers talk about it. Clients want to work with people who are engaged and happy, upbeat, and want to connect, right? If you're in a negative space, marketing is pretty much the same way. While it is generic and while it is a digital platform, my belief and my philosophy is that if you're putting out a good positive content message, then you will get back more business. It's kind of a simple thing. Now, the second principle that I operate, and I make it clear to all my clients that I'd like to share with you, is that I operate on a 99% free basis. Generally speaking, if I were in a normal business mode, right, I would just consult with somebody for free, right? I'll generally give up an hour of my time based on my rate of $300 an hour. I will meet with people. I make sure that they understand the monetary aspect of consulting with me, and that I'm giving up an hour to listen to them about marketing. It doesn't matter what their business is, right? Businesses are big and small. I work a very wide range of businesses, But it's important for me to get them to understand that my time is important and there's a cost to it. So even if I'm giving it up for free, that it has value. When I tell you that, you're going to spend a lot of time talking to people about real estate or their real estate needs. Or I was talking to someone about a pizza place that they own recently. The idea is to put out recipes and content and things that are beneficial that will engage and attract. And if it comes off as genuine from a good place and they can reach you and ask you questions, right, then you are able to engage clients and move forward with them, right? And they'll ultimately become people who buy pizzas. Simple as that. It is a very, very, very simple principle that I operate on. 99% of what I do is for free. It's ultimately always that simple. I don't know why my machine is beeping, and I don't know if that got picked up on either the audio or video, so I apologize. Probably because I'm not doing anything on the screen other than doing video at this moment. Okay, so those are my 2 ground rules. Now, at the beginning of every marketing book that I've ever read, every marketing class I've ever taken, every person I've ever consulted with, I cannot stress this. Anybody who knows anything about marketing, period, is going to ask you a simple question. What is your target? What is your desired outcome? Now, the reason I make that abundantly clear is very simple. If I know exactly what I'm looking for, then I can create a demographic. I can create exactly who I'm looking for, right? So let's be specific. I'm in the San Diego area. I am a real estate professional who wants to work with people who are divorced. Great. I would tell you, are your clients predominantly male or female since you work in divorce? Therefore, you would understand that niche. I work predominantly with women who are going through a divorce. Fantastic. Do you know the age demographics of those women? Yes, they're generally above the age of 40. Great. This changes the type of social media approach that you would use for your content specifically, right? If it was a younger group that you were going after, like new home buyers, I would tell you to include Instagram or things of that nature. Make sense? Makes sense. So in this particular case, you need to identify what you're going after. I can't answer that for you, right? I can tell you, because we do so much content on real estate trends and real estate analysis here with my production studios, what we coach and what we profess. By the way, insert a gratuitous plug. You can go to honish.io and you can be on one of those real estate coaching calls, right, and ask us questions. We talk about trends every week, but you need to decide what you're comfortable with on a weekly basis. It's very simple. The more comfortable you are, the more passionate you are about the project, passionate about working with that type of individual, that creates congruency, right? What's congruency? You're in harmony with yourself. So the more harmony you have with yourself towards your passion and the type of people you like to work with will bring you greater joy, will bring them greater joy, will get you more clients, and it is a complete cycle of how things should be done. Those are the ground rules. So this is episode 1, basically. I'm going to go over some real simple things in the video and on the audio that you guys need to get together for the coming weeks. I'm going to try to get a couple of these first episodes out so we can fine-tune and start to work on content more immediately. So once you've decided what kind of content you're going to work with, right? What kind of client you're going to work with. I'm going to work with, we'll go back to my example, I'm going to work with divorced people, females above the age of 40. Great. That's what our content's going to be based on. So we need to decide where we're going to send them on the web. I don't care if you're going to buy ads. I don't care if you're going to create your own content or podcasts or videos or send out emails. I don't care what your delivery method is at this moment. What I care about is where you're going to send them. You're looking at my website. My website, at the end of the day, is a capture location, right? I want people on here. I want people to be able to have access to my phone number and my email. My postings themselves generally, not always, but generally have contact forms at the ends, or redirectional links of where I want to send people to. The other thing you can do if you don't have a web page that's indexed and blogging and doing all of that, you can create a lead page. Lead Pages is a website that has a very small fee, and what you can do is create basically, people call them squeeze pages, all right? Here's a new one for COVID that I just recently did. A squeeze page is ultimately just a web page hosted by iPages, which is part of the Lead Page company, where you can put videos and information, right, where people can read up about it, and it's basically done to reinforce the message. They can get more information. The squeeze here is to get the email, the phone number, their first name. They click more information. The minute they click more information, I get notified and I'm able to call them or email them and start the second and third touches. That's the game. The game is how many times can I touch you, which is contact, and increase my credibility and increase my expertise, and most importantly, my likability. This is why I say keep a positive mental attitude, right? I'm sure everybody's got a euphemism and some kind of positive, I've seen these on the web, positive PMA, positive mental attitude, or I wake up every day and I do positive mental exercises so that I'm in a better state when I'm doing videos, so that hopefully this comes across that I'm excited and happy to do this information for you. It's stuff I know and that I'm sharing with you. That's your job as a real estate professional. You should be excited to show them what you know about real estate and the niche and your desired clients and give them that content. Simple enough. So you have two choices of where you're going to send them. We'll go back over this again. Number one, you can send them to your website, or number two, you can send them to a lead page. This particular company has just a staggering amount of pre-done pages for you. I use them for my clients, and I have used them for my clients throughout the years. I like them. I'm starting to use them again in some cases where people don't have a website. I'm about to do a mixed martial arts dojo in Las Vegas, and I'll wind up using a squeeze page as his actual website. It'll look like a web page, but in essence, it really will be a squeeze page to get more information, to get them to sign up, to get a free lesson, to get a free gi, whatever it is. Same for a pizza place. Sign up here, sign up now, join our mailing list, win a free pizza for a month. As a real estate agent, get a free home evaluation, get an hour of my time, whatever it is for free. If for those of you that have got books that you've written, give them your book. Anything you can do to build credibility, right, is really monumentally important. And then it's expertise, and then it's likability. I get asked this question a lot: in what order does it come down to? First of all, like and trust is the most important thing. You don't even need credibility or expertise. Nobody cares beyond that. Likability and relatable attitudes, positive relatable attitudes, are what's going to get you more clients in the long run. I'm sure you've seen it a million times. People within the real estate profession who don't know much about what they're doing, they're all over the place when they do a listing, right? Well, what they lack in maybe book smarts, they make up for in really tangible skills with being a people person, right? So you need to look at these and focus on what your best talent is. So when you're creating your content for the desired specific client, right, you focus on that type of content. Stay as congruent to yourself as possible. The more harmony you are with yourself and the message you put out, the better the content for your clients, the better the message to your clients, the more clients you will get that will be specifically in the niche that are the type of people you want to work with. So we've covered your website, we've covered your landing pages. The next three things that I would tell you that needs to be done You need to have a Facebook. You need to be able to cover those few things. I'm actually loading something up on the screen. There we go. So you need a Facebook business page, right? It goes with your Facebook personal profile. So we want to do a Facebook business page. Your business page should have all the ways of contacting you. Keep it as simple as possible. Let me view this as a visitor for you. So really straightforward, solid branding at the top. Make sure, this is so common, make sure that you get a username URL that's desirable, either your name or your name with the word realtor or real estate professional. It's heartbreaking when I see people put a business page up and they don't go to this extra step, right? Find the business that's closest to what you do. I think at the time I did this, it was real estate agent. I don't think I've ever changed it back to marketing from when I did actual real estate. And on the About page, make sure to get all of your contact information. Make sure this is all filled out. And when you do all this correctly, then you can share your content and make this the general platform. What do I mean? Let me go back to my website. In the old days, people used to share from YouTube. Well, that's not really a thing anymore. What you're looking at right here is a video that's on Facebook. This is a Facebook video. If you're watching the video, for those of you listening, what they're looking at is a video on my blog. The video on my blog is actually a Facebook video. All I did was share it, and I embedded it. And I copied the iframe and I put that code onto the page as though it were content. And now for those of you who want really geeky SEO and to build credibility and expertise from me, this is true SEO. It is a dominant website. I'm going to click. This is like the number 6 website in the world, number 5 in the US, with 2.1 million links attached to it. I'm one of them. So I am basically linking this to my website. So from an SEO perspective, this is a backlink that I have created. People will tell you backlinking has to do with clicking off of one page onto another page. And I believe personally, based on the algorithms that are out there right now, that when you share content from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, any of them, onto your domain and people click on them on your domain, you are creating a different algorithm in a field to be picked up by Google, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Do I use YouTube videos would be the question you have at this moment. Yes, some of these are YouTube videos that are up here, right? Right now, I'm using mostly Facebook videos in my blog, but I do use YouTube videos, and I do post them right up just as I do. That is a great way to do SEO for your website. Now, if your website is like a company website like EXP, Keller Williams, whatever, where it's, let's just take an example, EXP/Bob Johnson, California, however that works for them, I guess. They give you a website as part of the business model. You're helping them. You're not getting branding. You're not getting Google searches for your name. You're getting Google searches for their business. That's really important. This is the importance of having your own website. People get having their own site completely wrong. It should be a digital business card. Most of you aren't going to create content. You don't need a WordPress website. You don't really need the IDX. You don't need these bells and whistles. You need a digital business card. It's really simple. You can use a lead page with a squeeze page with information about you and be just as successful. Truthfully, most real estate agents, in my opinion, spend a lot of money that could, send them on a trip anywhere. On a website, spend a lot of money believing that people are going to do searches there. I will just tell you the statistics. People aren't going to use your website to look up properties. They're not looking for an MLS search. They're not looking for a stream of properties. They're going to go to Zillow. That's the way it is. That is the world. If we accept that as a truism, then why would you go out of your way to stream local listings from your MLS or anything else on your website when you don't have traffic to begin with on your website? You can track it until your head explodes, right, and know the number of people that are coming in, right? But a really simple test is to add the Alexa app to your website and see what your digital ranking is, right? That's a very simple way. This will tell you immediately. Now, I want to make this clear. If you're using a corporate website with your name, that's not the same, okay? That is the corporate website getting attention, not your physical profile and your physical name, not your keywords, not your specialty. That's why you do a website. Sorry to burst the bubble of anybody. To really make a website work, you got to add content to it. That's why I'm a content marketer. I create content for myself, for my clients. I am a brand ambassador for my clients. I am a spokesman for my clients. I shoot videos. I make audio. I do stuff just like this that explains how things work for clients, right? And then I put that out there on 3 different platforms. And I don't get crazy. I mean, I actually post on about 8 different platforms, and I have some RSS streams, which is getting way too technical and deep for most of you. But the primaries for me is always going to be Facebook. These by far are my best leverage points. So I am the spokesman for Everhome. I am their brand ambassador. So this is a video that's done each week with David Bartels, who's the CEO of the company. Number of shares are 64. What I want to show you that's important, I'm going to go to, I'm going to turn this off because I think I'm still in I'm going to exit view mode, and I'm going to show you what the actual statistics and insights look on videos when done correctly. Now remember, this is a very specific demographic of real estate agents. I'm targeting specific people in California to send this content to on a weekly basis, right? So you can see things like I did a video about doing free marketing. It's a video that I put out. It reached 3,000 different feed views. Many of you may have watched the Social whatever movie. I don't want to get it wrong, where they talk about everybody having a tailor-made algorithm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. That's right. Your feeds are unique to you. They're listening to your microphones, they're looking at what you type in, and they're creating an experience just for you on those 3 major platforms at any given time. I wound up in 3,000 people's feed based on very specific criteria. I don't pay for ads. Don't believe in it, don't like it, don't do it. What I care about is how many people clicked and engaged. Those are post clicks. I got 28. How many people reacted? I got 114 people who reacted, where they commented, liked, or shared. That's a win to me. Lee Honish is branded as helping people during COVID doing free marketing, which I am. Congruency to who I am. I like to help people. If I help people, I get more business ultimately. Simple. I have a simple philosophy that I teach to others. I do it in my own business. Let's take something like this, the last episode I did with David. Now, the reach was only 668 after I did the marketing I normally do for it. It was low, but it was very specific to California. It had 16 clicks on additional information from the video. And this is only, we do it week in and week out, right? And it had 76 reactions, comments, and shares. Now, they're not all like that. It depends on the content. Some weeks are good, some weeks are bad. And I see here I did another free marketing video right around Thanksgiving. Didn't have the same impact. Now, if you scroll down, we did one on Trump and COVID for David, right? It's congruent to my business page, so I put it up here. Most of the businesses I work with, I put them up here mostly, or on their business page. In David's case, I do share them because I'm physically on them as well. When I appear, I put them on here. So So we got 720 people, 466 people. See, the trick here is constantly putting content out. You get clunkers where nobody engages or sees it. And then you have monsters where thousands of people see it. And those are awesome. Okay? That's the trick to content marketing. You create a piece of content, you put it out, you get people who click, you get people who like, you get people who learn your name. It's COVID. It's really a simple formula. If you have something to offer people for free or a value, and that they make sure that they understand and know what the value of your help or your service is, right? Either the free evaluation, your book, your download, an hour with you to consult with them about their real estate needs, and they understand the value of that need, then trust me, if you put out a piece of content, you get 28 people who give you a call, I'd call that a win for the week for shooting a 3-minute video. And by the way, that's all you need, 3 minutes and 3 seconds. The algorithm on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of them, right? I have all of the platforms, and all of the platforms get content put on them. I mean, that's just the way it is. All of our content goes up. It's always going up. We're always putting content up. I'm always putting content up. Some get lots of views, some get no views, some get no views, some get lots of views. Clients have YouTube pages and Instagram pages, and all of these things need content put on them. They have to be tracked. Everything I'm showing you is free. So I'm going to provide you this information for free. This is where you want to jump off at and decide what you want to do. For those of you that are watching this or listening to it, it's really simple. Down below is my cell phone number, right? Text me. I don't take calls live because it becomes overwhelming. I will text you and text you back. In fact, if you call me, it'll go to voicemail, and you will hear a voicemail that says, please text me. That's as simple as I can make it. I only take calls from my daughter these days. That's kind of the only person who gets to the front of the line. That way I can structure the appropriate amount of time with people who need my help. That is my value that I bring to you. So for all of you who want some ideas of what to do, give me a text, send me an email, visit my website, take the first action of doing something different before the end of the year. Stop the negative talk that it won't work for you, or that you won't catch up, or that the market's gotten a hold of you, or whatever. If you're on the audio, go watch the video. If you're on the video, sign up for the audio. Whatever you do, why don't you take the opportunity to ask me to help you define what your targets and your goals are. And then when we start to create content, you'll know what kind of content to create for yourself. Visit Honish.io. Again, I'm doing a week of marketing for free. For those that are a part of this show, right? Facebook for Realtors, you guys can send me a text or an email. I will call you. I will help you define your goals, unless I become completely overwhelmed by a huge rush of people, but I don't really expect that. Most people don't take action because when you offer something for free, they do not understand the value of what they are getting. So you have to clearly define it so that people use it. It's just kind of a sales thing. And again, I'm very selective on the people that I work with these days. I take pretty much every call. I listen to everybody's ideas of marketing and what they want to do and give them the best suggestions possible. But at the end of the day, when I take on a new client or I decide to consult or work with somebody, I do it because it's congruent with me and my core philosophies, right? It's positive, it's uplifting. I have spent years, literally years, working and grinding and doing marketing that I didn't believe in, that are based on tactics that I don't believe in. There are lots of movies based on it. It's just not what I'm a part of now. I'm sure there are a lot of real estate agents that still work in that direction, and God bless them. I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. I just prefer that the content that I put out and the people that I work with have a positive mental attitude, a PMA. So that'll do it for this week. Please take advantage. Please send me a text. Please go to my website, get a week of free marketing done for you. I'll set all this stuff up and see what I can do to help you out and get you going in the right direction. Or Take notes, set it all up. It's going to only be a few days till I do the next one. I want to start getting to doing the shows each week about content itself and how to target specific content and how to share it and how to put it into groups and take advantage of all the free stuff that's out there. Everything you pay for, you can do for free on any of the social media platforms. Thanks.